What's been the most unusual celebrity interaction you've ever had?
It's got to be the James Blunt being in bed with him, topless. I went to his actual house and it was like mental in there. It was like old money. We like went into a spare room and like did this video and I remember like we got in bed and my manager's like at the time was like filming it and he just like turned around to me, James Blunt, and he was just like, "I'll take my top off if you will."
So you leave school.
Yeah.
You turn your hand.
Yeah.
To stand-up comedy.
I do. Yeah. Which is actually so I was like set on being an actor is what I wanted to do, and like drama was kind of the only thing I like tried hard in, and then I was like going to do acting school and my drama teacher was like, "I don't think you'll enjoy it, like it's all a bit like wacky," and I was like, "Okay, but I kind of want to do it." And I did a couple of auditions for the acting school and they were the most ridiculous things like ever.
What were they making?
They were just
you do?
like, I remember the first one, like you do your monologue at the end, so you have to do like a group thing. I can't remember what monologue I did, but the group thing, like you sort of make you like stand around in a circle and it's like, look at the floor and suddenly there's a ball of water moving towards you and suddenly you become the water and I want you to move around the room as water. And I'm like, fucking hell, like this is a bit weird, like thinking everyone else would be a bit like, I don't know, you know, second guessing it, and I like look up and everyone's already like going crazy, like going mental, and I'm like, I don't think this is for me.
I'd be so uncomfortable.
Like wild.
Well, what was the dream? You wanted to be like a drama?
I think so. Yeah, I just wanted to be in like, I think I did maybe want to be in theatre maybe, but also just like in the movies, Hollywood. But I didn't sing. I didn't do singing really. I did a couple of like school shows.
Yeah,
but like I sort of got forced into.
But you must have known like I can sing a bit here.
I didn't know. I honestly, like people would tell me, and I'd be like, I don't think so. It was like classic story of like just sort of doing it in the shower.
And then would you ever record yourself and listen to
No,
that?
not really. Like, and then I did "We Will Rock You." I don't know if you've ever seen that, like the Queen one. And I like got this song in it, and like we had to audition, and I did "I Want to Break Free," and then people were like, "You're actually quite good," and I was like, "Oh, maybe I'm all right." But I never thought about being a singer until it sort of happened.
So how did you go down the comedy route?
So the comedy route, sorry, I went way off topic there. I went back to my drama teacher and she was like, "Yeah, just do stand up, like work here and just like do stand up." So I like worked in a bar in like back home. I didn't work in a bar. I worked at Everyman Cinemas. Do you know them?
Okay.
Yeah.
But I like worked on the bar there. But this was great because I don't know if you've ever been, but they sometimes do speeches before the films.
Who's doing them?
Like the staff for Everyman.
All right.
I think they don't do them as much anymore, but it used to be like, if no one does one, it's a real big deal. Because this is sort of about like having that elevated experience compared to Odeon. So
Okay.
it's like,
What's the speech?
but people would just go in and be like, "Hi guys, like we hope you have a wonderful time. If you need the toilets, they're outside. You know, if you need a drink, just come outside and order at the bar and we'll take it to you." Just trying to like add a bit of like nice fancy service.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I just started like adding in like awful puns that were like to do with the movie that was happening. And like I did, fun enough, like the Queen movie, I did like because obviously they sell like pizzas and stuff and all these things. So I was like, "Oh God, it looks like you guys are enjoying your pizzas. I guess you could say another one bites the crust."
How'd that go
And it
down?
would just like either bomb or like people would love it. What else did I do?
How many times
this
would you
was
do
so
this?
bad. This is even in pun. I was like, "If you guys fancy more drinks, just head out to the bar and we will serve you."
How many times would you do this?
So I'd sometimes do it like 7 times a day. Like, yeah.
God.
And also there'd sometimes be like 3 people in the screen. If it was during the day, there'd be no one.
Would you get heckled?
Sometimes, but like there was.
cinema.
But this is one moment I like really sort of like thought like, oh, I actually could be quite good at this. Was like there was a Friday night like sold out sing along version. And I was like, this crowd is gonna fucking love me. Like, they're gonna like, love, 'cause they're all a bit like pissed and I wish I knew more of the puns I did.
Are they all around Bohemian
Yeah,
Rhapsody?
but like Queen, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. But like I managed to get them to like, I was like, if you guys want to sing, I feel like we should do a warm up. And I did like, what's Freddie Mercury's favourite condiment? And everyone's like looking around like, what? And I went, mayo. and then they all did it back. And I was
Oh
like,
my
this is, like,
word.
the fucking greatest moment of my life. And now I still do that at all my shows. So I just did it in front of like
Specifically the
I did
Freddie
it at
Mercury
Reading, like 5,000 people. I did the mayo joke. And it's like, it like takes me back to that small cinema. It's great.
So you must have always had quite a lot of self-confidence to get up there.
Yeah,
and do
but
that.
like sort of not in like daily life, but doing that, yeah, I was like, it's fine. And like Star Wars, like my brain's going now. Like I like if you want to head out to the bar, we'll serve you some Jar Jar drinks.
Oh my god.
It was so fun.
It had not been in a film
Mamma
since
Mia
the
was
90s.
Mamma Mia was a great crowd. I love doing that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe they'll do like, if the second one goes well, maybe they'll do a third one. Mamma Mia, take a chance on 3. Mamma Mia, Fortaloo.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was great.
So then
I
you-
actually miss it. I miss it.
What's been the most unusual celebrity interaction you've ever had?
It's got to be the James Blunt being in bed with him, topless.
See, I remember seeing this pop up, and it was weirdly, I kept messaging you being like, oh, James Blunt would be such a good podcast guest. And then I just opened my phone and I saw your face, and then I
really?
just
That's
suddenly see
weird.
James Blunt, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And he's still not come on here.
Again, I
Yeah.
thought that was a dig at Arthur. Like they both pop up. Oh, James Blunt would be so good.
Get
Fast
me.
forward 2 years, we can get James Blunt. Yeah. Tell us about him. So how'd that come about?
We bumped into him at a pub, in his pub that he owns in like Chelsea, I want to say.
Yeah.
We need to go.
And then like, because it was at the time where I was doing all the James Blunt impressions, and I think he was already aware of them. And then we like did all the boring organisation via email and management emails. I initially had a like Zoom call with him while he was in Switzerland, where he spends like the entire winter season in a huge chalet. I think he splits his time between Switzerland, Ibiza, and here. I think that's what he does, which is pretty nailed on.
Living the dream,
Yeah.
innit?
You bumped into him randomly.
Yeah, because he has a pub in Chelsea, so he's there in the summer. I can't remember the timeline of everything, but that was like a weird, like just like opening up Zoom, and it's like, you know, like just sort of slightly awkwardly like low James Blunt with like a huge like deer head behind. It's like, hey man, how are you? And I'm like, oh good, good. And then we like talked through the ideas. Then we met up, and it was initially like in one of like Universal Studios or something, and it
Right.
felt really like disingenuous.
Yeah.
Disingenuine?
Yeah.
Genuous?
Yeah.
Which one?
Both
Both?
probably.
Yeah.
Don't ask me, mate.
And he was like, well, my house is just a 5-minute walk down the road if you want to go there. And I was like, sure. So like went to his actual house, and it was like mental in there. It was like old money. Like there was like portraits of like army like generals.
Right.
I think must have been his like granddad or something, like all these
Yeah.
4 floors.
Because James was in the army, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
and I think like, I think his sort of whole family must have been or something.
Right.
And then we like went into a spare room and like did this video, like, and I remember like we got in bed, and my manager's like at the time was like filming it, and he was like, he just like turned around to me, James Blunt, and he was just like, I'll take my top off if you will. And I was like, sure, let's do it. And then we did like 30 takes, and he changed what he said. He was so up for it, like
Yeah.
it was like great guy, and he'd like make me laugh like with everyone. We had like 15 different takes of that video.
He's so funny. Isn't
Yeah, he's such a funny
Whose
guy.
idea was it to get in the bed? Like, did you have that
it was
video in
Yeah,
advance?
because I'd already done a video where I can't even remember what I say. Like I was like, this is my impression of James Blunt, like in bed, like, I can't even remember. It's like, did I disappoint you? Or let you down? Are you feeling horny? 'Cause it's over now. And that was the original video. But then, so I did that in his bed, and then he like pops up and he's like, can I have a cigarette? Like, topless. It was great. So like, I still look at the picture sometimes of us in bed. I'm like, that is just mental. So weird.
Have you spoke to him since?
No. So like, it actually ended really, like, I still think about this, and I've told this like a million times, but like, I was doing Dry January, right? And he, after we'd finished, like, we sort of hung out a bit. Like, I actually showed him Tiny Room, and he like really liked it. And he was like, I actually would love to like work on this, and I was like, oh, it's coming out tomorrow or something. Like, he was like, oh, it's out.
Sorry, mate.
Like, yeah, I was like, okay, yeah. Then he's like, oh, well, I've got nothing on. Like, if you want to go to my pub, and I was like, oh yeah, man, like I'd love to, but I'm doing dry Jan. And I, as soon as I said that, I was like, why the fuck did I say that? Like, and he was like, oh well, I should probably like do something else then. I was like, well, we just go and I'd get a Coke, out of my fucking thing. And then, like,
He didn't know you could do
exactly.
that.
I just should have done the magic trick. And then it was just like, he sort of just like showed us out. And to this day, I'm like, I could have broken, like, imagine the story of like breaking dry January because you went to the pub with James Blunt and got
Yeah, it's worth
smashed.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How far into January was it?
It was like the 20, I want to say it was like the 21st or something like
You
that.
pretty much
I
done
know.
it then.
And I think I fucking broke it anyway. That's the worst part. That's the worst part on like the last day. So bad. Like I generally, like, if I ever like win an award of anything, I will have to mention it. I'll be like, please, James, can we go for a pint?
Yeah.
Because we tried to get him on my pod with my mum. Yeah, not interested. I did get his private email and I can't remember it. I wrote it down somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What a
yeah.
story though.
Yeah.
What a story.